California just passed new legislation that says, due to coronavirus, if your heart stops beating on the streets or at your home, they can no longer take you to the hospital. But first, coffee. Good morning, everyone out there in Facebook, YouTube, and on HPTV land. This is our first Tuesday of the year, which I'm super excited. Happy New Year to all my subscribers, all our Heritage Park followers, and all our friends and family. But now it's time for my favorite time of the day. But first, coffee. I am CEO of Heritage Park, artist, entrepreneur, author, and just a fly human being, Roman Merchant, as you can see right here. And this is our new show that we do on Tuesday mornings, but first coffee, where I sit down with some of the people that inspire me in life, inspire me in my journey, good friends, and people who have, I believe, stuff to say and stuff to share with people. And so we're here every Tuesday morning right here on HBTV. Also, if you're watching me on Facebook or on YouTube, welcome to the show. Today is the first Tuesday of the new year, and I'm super excited because I have a special guest that honestly does not need introduction, but I'm gonna give her one. She is a legend in her own right. She's very modest, right? Hold on, I'm trying to share my thing. She's very modest, and she's like, "Oh, I'm not a big deal," but I think she's a big deal because she's on my show, Superficially Deep. Um, sorry, she's on my show, Superficially Deep, which airs on Tuesday nights, and we are starting to work on the second half of season one this month. So I'm really excited to see. She's also has a film that she's working on. She's got a couple of different projects and stuff like that. She is a friend of the fam. She's a friend of mine, one of my dearest, closest friends, and we've gotten to know each other really close in the last couple of years. But no need to keep talking about it. Let's just bring her on. My lovely friend, my El Salvadorian princess,
Yeah.
Heidi Martin. What's up, Heidi?
Hello. I love that introduction. Wow, that was
Yeah,
amazing.
and cheers to you. Thank you for
Oh,
coming on my
cheers.
show. Oh, she got the Wonder Woman coffee. That's awesome. The Wonder
Yes.
Woman mug. And I got today, have my Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
One of many Star Wars mugs that
Yep.
I've gotten for Christmas throughout the years.
Of course you got Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah. Well, I forgot I had it too. I was looking for a mug this morning. I was like, oh, my Star Wars mug. There you go.
Nice.
Heidi Martin, man, thanks for coming on. I
Of
know this is not
course.
you're not early morning, are you? You're not a
No,
morning.
not at all.
So
I'm a
this is a
night
big
owl.
deal. Not only is it a big deal that she's on, ladies and gentlemen, it's a big deal she's on this morning. Okay. Because
Literally. Yep.
she's not a morning person. Not.
No, I'm not.
No.
I
It seems like
can't.
everyone but me on the Heritage Park team, they'll work till like 2 a.m. working on stuff.
Yeah.
And by 10:30, I'm out.
What? Then more like 9. You're like, okay, I gotta wind down now.
I start winding down around 9, and then and it's so funny because there's times I'll check my text messages when I wake up in the morning, and there'll be all these important questions at 1 o'clock, midnight, and I'm just like, oh, totally missed that one, man. I'll be knocked out.
Literally, you're such an early bird.
I
Which
am an early bird. That's
is
why
a
I was
good
like,
thing.
honestly, that's why you would have been actually, you still are one of the first guests on the show. But I was like, I don't know how you gonna get up
I
at
know.
6:30 to do
It
the
doesn't
show.
matter if it was today or like 3 weeks ago. I still would have.
I know you would have. I know you would. What
But
time
that's
did you go to bed
hilarious.
last night?
Oh, I went to bed at 3 a.m.
Oh, geez,
Or
so you're
this
going.
morning. It was like 3 hours ago. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. It's
Wow,
good. We good. We're here.
she's here, but she's here. Heidi, let the people know a little bit about yourself. You are an actress, but talk to us about how long you've been acting, where does that passion come from, and essentially what you want to do with that.
Yeah. So I am an actress, and I've been doing it professionally about 3 years now. And so I guess I got the acting bug when I was younger, but I was kind of saw it as a hobby and not as a career choice. And then I went to high school. I studied everything but acting, and in college majored in something else completely different. And then finally, my second year of college, I decided to pursue acting full time, and so that's when I changed my major, and um, I began studying the craft and going to auditions and whatnot. And then I graduated, and so then I focused full time on acting. And since then, that's all I've been doing. I hope to in the future become a director. I think I would like to produce, but I think directing is something I'm curious about, and I would like to do that in the future. And I mean, yeah, and that's how I met you, Ramon. That's how I met the cast, the crew. And I'm so glad we've been friends since then. Honestly, I know it's been
Yeah,
2 years,
it's been 2 years.
3. Yes.
Going on 3. It's going on 3. Yeah, because
Yeah.
2018, I think, is
It
when
was
we first met.
April 2018. Yes. Yes.
April 2018 is when we first met. Actually, it was
Yeah.
March, wasn't it? Oh,
March.
you're right.
It was
March.
March. Yes.
It was March
Yes.
because it was around my birthday.
Yeah.
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 Now, the one thing you mentioned directing, because I forgot to mention to all the people who are watching us that Heidi Martin is the one who directed the music video, My Life, that's on YouTube right now. And you
Yes.
also directed the concert that I
I
did for that.
did.
I did an online concert, X Fest, Extreme Fest concert,
Mm,
because I was supposed to do it on tour, but because of the pandemic, they
yeah.
wanted us to do an online one. And I remember saying, I just don't want to be rapping in front of a camera.
Right.
So
Because it's weird. Yeah.
it's boring, and I don't like concerts like that. So I grabbed Heidi, and I was like, Heidi, direct this sucker for me. And she's actually started to direct. She directed my music video. She directed that
Yeah.
concert. She did really
Yeah.
good. And I would say you produced both those things too. And you
Yeah.
definitely produced a concert.
I feel like I did. Yes. Yes.
You
Which
definitely
is
produced.
funny because, like, I didn't think. Because I remember you coming up to me and telling me about this project, and I was like, yeah, 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 we'll do it. Yeah. But I didn't understand what directing was
Mm-hmm.
and what that entailed, and that's a huge responsibility. Like, it's not an easy task. And I mean, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I think it was fun, and I think we had a good time. And apparently the concert video did well. So congrats to
Yeah.
you, Ramon, and
No,
good job.
congrats to you. Couldn't have done it without you. The concert video
Yeah.
did do very well. And actually the music video actually too. We've had
Oh
about
yes.
had a couple of hundred views, a few hundred views, like
No, it was
7.
like 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000. Yeah,
Yeah,
1,000
I
views.
think we're at 2,000 now.
Yeah, so big ups, Heidi.
Look at
Heidi,
you, Ramon.
what was the director name I gave you? Heidi Bosa.
Heidi
Heidi Bosa.
Boza. Yeah,
Heidi Bosa.
Heidi
Um,
Boza.
so you mentioned earlier, you talked about you were doing all these other things besides acting, right? You're trying to um, get involved or trying to find your way
Hmm.
outside of acting, but you just had the acting bug. It was always kind of drawing you back. Why was it? Why did you put acting on the back burner?
Just because it's either you make it or don't make it. And if you want to make a living, it's difficult. And on my mind, it's always like, okay, how am I gonna be able to pay for, rent or food or whatever? And in the entertainment industry, it's hard. It's like playing the lottery. You either win big bucks or you don't win. And I always came in with that mentality of like, okay, but I need a real career. Like, and acting isn't a real career. And so that was my reasoning behind it. And it wasn't until college where I was like, you know what? I don't even care if I don't make a living. Like, this is what I want to do. And I think that's when I made it, because it was that moment where I decided to pursue my passion rather than money or stability.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like
shit,
Oh,
my sorry.
someone calling you?
No, my bad.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
that was it. Do you feel that? Do you feel that not just with acting, but in general, in life in general, people are afraid to pursue their passions because of that?
Hmm.
And if you do think that, speak to them a little bit on why they should push their passion. Because I will tell you this. Let me just tell you my perspective on you as an actress. Okay, first of all, I think you're a phenomenal actress, right? I
Thank you.
do. I like to challenge you in the script sometimes. I like to see,
Yep.
well, let's see how she takes this.
Yeah.
And I do that with certain characters on the show, but specifically, I like to challenge you because I know you have wide range and I want to see what you can do with it. But on top of that, I honestly think that you are a successful actress. You may not be, in the newest Marvel movie or the newest Wonder Woman movie, which, by the way, if you've seen it, I don't know. But but I feel like anytime you're doing something and it consumes your time, if you're doing your passion and it's consuming your time, and even if you're able to squeeze half of rent, that's successful,
Hmm.
or even if
Yep.
you're able to say, you know what, I made enough where I had to file a 1099.
Mm.
That's successful to me
Yeah.
because that means that somebody valued you enough to give you money to do
Hmm.
do this job,
Right.
and that means that you can keep doing it. So even I don't like a lot of people always did that with me. Well, did you get a Grammy? No, I didn't get a Grammy. Oh, you
Mm.
have a million copies? No. Oh, then why you keep doing it? Because it's
Mm.
something I'm passionate about. And you know what? There's once in a while I do get checked for it. And I do have to file
Yeah.
taxes for it. And I
Yeah.
do get residuals every month. So that's, in my mind, I think that's successful because how many people get nothing?
Yeah.
Or how many people just dream about it. So
Hmm.
speak to that person that's scared to really step out and do that and follow their passion on that level.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No. That's all true because there's some fear of, okay, but how am I gonna put food on the table, especially if you have a family. I'm single, so like I just have to worry about myself. But those artists that do have families, it's like it's it's a scary thing to be put in that position and to say, okay, well, like, I want to do my passion, so this we're gonna be struggling for a bit, and it's hard, and my heart goes out to people like that. But I think you touched on this on the subject of success, and I think that I have come to a point now where I have defined success as, okay, are you simply doing what you are passionate about? Are you simply doing, are you pursuing your calling or purpose or whatever? Um, and I think it took a lot for me to grow and get to that point of, like, success isn't defined by money or how much I get paid for this. It's by simply doing it. And then the bonus is getting paid for it, like what you said. And I think the only advice I can offer is, like, you can work a 9 to 5 and you can also work on your passion. Like, after your 9 to 5 job, okay, work on your passion, like work on your craft. Like, what are you doing? Go to acting classes, like watch movies or whatever it is, and then you have that time. And then I think over time there should be a moment where you let go of the 9 to 5 and you focus on your passion. And that's hard, but I mean, it's difficult, asking someone to no longer provide in that way, and then asking your family and friends to wait for you is a big task. But at the end of the day, like, why would you work a job that's paying you millions of dollars when you don't feel like yourself and you don't feel like you're satisfied, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it was early on where I felt like that. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when I decided, and thank God, I mean, I have great family and friends that support me, and so I'm fortunate. But it is difficult. And just like what you were saying, like when people question and doubt, okay, but like, have you made, like, is your name on TV? Like, are you making millions? It's like they define that as success and not you actually pursuing and going against all odds as success. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you relate to that, Ramon. I mean, you're an artist too, and I think you've made it already. But again, that's just me. It's all relative.
No, I have made it. I just want to point that out to everyone out there who's
Yes,
listening. I have I have so made it. Okay.
yes,
New
you
album drops
have.
in a couple. I made it. But I think what I've learned is to enjoy the journey more than the end game.
Mm,
Because in
yeah,
the journey I get to meet people like you and all
yeah,
the other people, the fantastic cast and all these other rappers. Like
yeah.
that would never have happened if I just waited for, like you said, the lottery to pull up
Mm,
and
yep.
me get quote unquote chosen and all of a sudden become
Right.
the
Yeah.
celebrity. Like that's never going to happen. Um,
Mm.
but talk to me a little bit about the journey. What's the journey been like for you? What's some of the highlights? And then for people who are interested in acting or interested in that kind of in the field, because I'm learning a lot too, producing, stepping out of the
Mm.
rapper and now into the producer role, I'm learning a lot. It's a lot different game.
Yeah.
So talk about the journey a little bit, some of the exciting things that you've seen and some of the things that are just not the greatest.
So I think every time when you start out, you have to start out at the bottom, and that's exactly where I started. So I was doing like student films, and I mean, bless them, they're trying, but like some of the sets were just not, you know, you learn about it in school and in class, and when you get to set, you're like, wow, this is exactly like, this is what you're trying to do. Like, it looks like you're not really trying, and I've come on sets where it's just been super unprofessional. And I think that's my low. Like if a set is unprofessional, I don't do well in unprofessional sets. I don't I whether it's the director that's being unprofessional or even the crew, whatever cast. Anyone who's just not treating this seriously, I don't take lightly. And I've been on sets where that has happened, where they're only doing this because it's a school assignment or they're getting paid or whatever the reason. And then I've met other actors who literally just want to do this because they want to be famous. They just want fame. I'm just like, I don't understand that. But the high one of the highest moments where I I think it's meeting other artists in the same boat and connecting with them. So like what I did with you, what I've done with like my other friends on sets. And so I think that's a beautiful moment is when you're with a friend and you're creating art together. And only artists understand that and can relate to that. Um, and and I guess that's what the territory, whether good or bad, you're gonna have good sets and you're gonna have bad sets. And I would say to a person who's trying to pursue this, I think do it. I mean, if this is your passion, if this is what you like doing, then you have to love the process as much as you do the outcome. And what is the process? I mean, it's hours of training, hours, late nights, early mornings, it's script reading, it's taking classes, it's dealing with unprofessional people. It's just so much, and it's all at once, and it's like on the go all the time. And if you're okay with that, then that's exactly where you're supposed to be. And I mean, I'm still doing this in 3 years in, and I'm still technically a beginner and an amateur. But I've been fortunate enough to have worked on a couple projects where I have learned, okay, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. This is what I want in a director, this is what I want in a cast and a crew, this is what I don't want. Um, and yeah, I mean SD or superficially deep, sorry, is
SD
a
is what
great,
we call it. We call it
yeah.
SD.
That's
We
what I'm
call
like SD, yeah.
it. Yeah.
Superficially deep is an amazing like project, and the cast is amazing, and the crew is amazing, and that's a set where I'm like, okay, good, like I can thrive well, I can do what I'm supposed to do, which is act,
Mhm.
and I'm appreciative of that.
Mhm. Awesome. I
Yeah.
appreciate that compliment. But I always thought that we were the bougie set, that we were the ghetto set. So I need to know from you, What was the worst experience on set? Not superficially deep, but like you said,
Right.
you some sets and you're like, what the heck? Like I always thought
Yep.
that that'd be us. So explain, tell me an idea of what a bad set experience was for you.
A bad set. Literally, okay, this is the thing. You could have all the cameras, you can have all the equipment, but if you are rude, if you're disrespectful, if you don't even know what you're doing, that is so unprofessional to me, and that's like a turn off for me. And see, look, superficially deep, we don't have like the red dragon camera, we don't have like the C stands and the lighting and like the big name things, but we're all artists and we know what we're doing. We're professional. We're serious about the craft. And I've been on other sets with the Red Dragon camera and all the lighting equipment, and the people just suck. Like they're just like terrible people. And then like they don't even. I get it. Like we don't know everything there is to know about everything, but it's like you would know how to work a camera if you are the DP, or especially with actors. I'm like, okay, there was this one project. He was just super cocky. And he was like, "Yeah, I worked with Chris Evans, and I was in the scene with him. Blah blah blah. Now I'm just doing this." And I'm like, "Okay, this is like a student film, right? Like, you're not anyone here." And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, but like, this is just what I'm doing. Like, I found this online, and I just decided I have free time." And so he was so cocky and super arrogant. I did not like that. And then he didn't even know his lines. And that's what I absolutely, as an actor, like, that's your only one job, is to know your lines. And he didn't know his lines. And he was like bragging about his sets with Chris Evans and um I know, I mean, I guess you know this, Ramon, but like, obviously I love Chris Evans, and I
Yeah.
wasn't even impressed with that. I was like, I don't even care. Like, why are you telling me this?
Mhm.
And so I did not like it, and that film ended up being super bad, and I haven't seen it, and I don't want to see it. But yeah, so that's what I have to say. You can have the cameras, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're it's just a bad set, and that's what that was. And SD, we know what we're doing, so I'm good.
It's, it seems like it. Seems like it.
Mm, cheers.
Cheers. Seems like we know what we're doing.
Yes, we
Now
do.
we do. I would say more so now. We know we're doing a lot more now
Yes,
than 2 years
that's true.
ago.
Yes,
Actually, 2 years ago we
exactly.
kind of knew what we were doing, but we just evolved and we gotten better.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course. We are constantly growing. Yeah.
yeah, and it's getting better. I've looked at episode 5 and 6 and was like, all right,
Episode 5 is the best.
of
If y'all
course you're
haven't
gonna
seen
say.
it, watch episode 5. Critics say it's the best. I don't know
Critics
though.
say it's the best. Oh my god, that's so funny. Before we start getting into superficially deep, because we could talk about it all day. Talk to me about pause. I want to hear about this experience because to the point where I, as a producer slash director, was a little bit shade. I was a little bit slighted because I was like, look how good this project is. She's gonna leave us for this one
Right?
project. The project looks phenomenal. Talk to me a little bit about that. What's pause about? And is it Andrew Gutierrez? Is that the director?
Yes. Andrew
Talk to me
Gutierrez.
about working with him and that experience itself because it looks phenomenal.
Yeah. Okay. So that film we filmed in 2019, and I met Andrew back in 2018 or 2017 or 18, um, at another audition for another project of his, and we were in contact, and it was so funny because randomly, it was like one Thursday night, he calls me and he's like, "Hey, I need you to submit a self tape for this project. I'm directing it. Here's the script." So it was like 10 at night. So the next morning, I woke up. My friend helped me film it. And then I literally only had like 2 hours to film it because I had worked the entire day. And so I did that in the morning. And it was just like boom, boom, boom. I submitted it Friday. I got a call back the following week. And then no, I got the part, and it was just like, all right, we're filming in 1 week. All right, let's go. And so it was like boom, boom, boom. one thing after the other, and when I first read the script, I like fell in love with the character, and I could relate to her in some levels, and in other levels I couldn't, just because of the sensitive matter of the film. And so this film is a drama based on real life events. And my character Linda goes through physical abuse. Um, she experiences physical abuse from her dad, and it's basically her journey from that to freedom. And it's based on a true story, so like even just executing the executing the matter of abuse is so um sensitive, and I did not take that lightly. And um it was just like in that week right before filming, it was just difficult to get into character, because I've never experienced physical abuse, and so I didn't want to overplay and overact it, because then that would just look like the audience members wouldn't believe that. It would just it would look like I was trying too hard. And so I worked with the director, and he's an amazing director. I mean, he's super gifted. And we had that safe space where I was able to talk to him and come to him, and with my fears and doubts, and um, it was an amazing time with him. And then the crew just itself, like, they were professional. They knew what they were doing. I was on set, like everything was up, picture was up, ready. Like makeup, I was sent to makeup. The makeup artist was so talented. Like to this day, we're friends to this day, and so um, I made wonderful connections on that set. But I think that was a moment where that was another moment where I felt, I made it, because I'm literally on set right now, doing what I'm supposed to be doing and loving every minute of it. And people don't tell you how hard it is to act. I mean, you're literally on set for about 12 to 15 hours, and you have to be on character, on point, so that when the camera is ready, when the camera rolls, like, you have to be ready. And your only job is to act, not worry about a C stand or not worry about a lighting, or no, it's like your job is to act. And then when you're in a room with talented actors and skilled actors, you're kind of like, oh shoot, okay, like I gotta bring it too. And it was just amazing. And the topic was just, it dealt with drama or abuse, and so, like, it's a very sensitive topic. And um I did not take that lightly. I mean, I that was just one of the hardest things I've done thus far. Like one of the hardest challenges, and it's funny because to this day I still haven't seen the film, so I don't know what it looks like. I know it's done, but um, it's they've sent it to the film festival, and so we're doing very well. Actually, I just got news that we submitted to, it's called Best Shorts
Uh-huh.
Film Festival, and we won 5 awards there. And so one of them being an acting award that I was telling you about, Rowan.
I know, like, I didn't hear this. How you not tell me this?
I did tell you, remember? I was like,
Oh, you told me you were nominated. I didn't know if we didn't know if you had won.
yeah, I won, but I haven't told anyone. So.
Oh, you heard it here first
You
on
heard
Butt
it
First
here.
Coffee. You heard it here first. We got the scoop.
Literally,
We have an award-winning actress on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Heidi Martin.
Yes, I'm like blushing. So you
That's
can see it.
amazing. That's so freaking amazing. Let's look at the trailer. Let's look at the trailer.
Oh,
Here's
you
the
have
trailer.
it.
Yeah, I got the trailer. Oh, please, I'm ready.
You've done your research. Okay.
I have a pretty strong research team over here at Butt First Coffee.
Love it. They're on it.
Yep, they're on it. So here is the trailer for the film that she won an award for Best Acting. This is Pause.
Oh gosh.
You know, once you mark the cards, they're never the same again.
That's how we learn.
No, you have to do something.
boys allowed to walk you home or come and visit? Comprendes?
Tim, what are you doing here? You can't be here.
Just wanted to see you and give you your book back. Linda.
Yeah.
If you ever leave, don't come back.
Ooh.
I could not see it, so I was just listening to him. But
Yeah, wait. I don't think anybody was able to see it.
no way.
I clearly saw it.
Oh no, I did not. I saw your screen, like the Facebook screen.
No one saw it. What the hell? Well, let's try this again.
I didn't
I
know
think
that was
somebody-
just a thing on my end.
Somebody else said it's not working. Let's try it again. What the heck?
Oh, okay. They're actually telling. Okay.
Yeah, somebody's telling me it's not working. Let's see if I can do it again. That was weird because I saw everything. I was just like, it's good.
I know you're the only one. I'm like,
I'm the only one who saw it. Wait a minute. Let me try this again.
hilarious.
That sucks because I was in it.
I heard everything. So
Let me see if it plays now. I don't understand. Oh, here we go.
They're never the same again.
okay, I can see it.
Whoa, you have to do something.
No boy is allowed to walk you home or come and visit. Comprendes?
Tim, what are you doing here? You can't be here.
Just wanted to see you and give you your book back. Linda.
Yeah.
If you ever leave, don't come back.
Ooh, still kind of
There
ghetto.
it is.
Still kind of ghetto. You see all my most
Oh.
visited websites on the side.
Yeah.
Just went down for a nap.
I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? In the words of Sean Kelly, what the hell?
What the hell?
What the hell?
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool, though. Is that one of your favorite projects that you've worked on?
My favorite film for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I know Superficially Deep is like your second favorite project ever. So what would be
Superficially
the
Deep is my favorite TV show.
Oh, excuse me.
No, because it's okay. That's another thing is that SD is my first on-screen TV performance. In project.
Oh, okay.
So before SD, I was just doing films, and a couple plays in high school, but just films. And so SD is my very first TV experience, and it's the best. I love it.
SD rocks, man. I'm just saying, man.
Literally.
SD
Watch
rocks.
Superficially Deep only on
Watch
Roku.
Superficially Deep. You will see this girl. I will say there's a couple of people. It's awesome because we've gotten to build a little bit of a fan base too. It's weird.
Oh, nice.
And so I get people that I don't know sending DMs to us and be like, hey, I want to see more and
Right.
all this other stuff. And one of the comments that I get a lot, it's funny too, because during this time we get to see which characters are really landing well.
Yeah.
And of course, hands down above everybody, Jazzy's just the favorite character. And Jazzy is,
of course,
Erica's best friend, but Jazzy is the hands down favorite. And then right underneath it is Dean, and right underneath Dean is Erica. Like we went and ranked people's favorite
solid
characters.
3.
You're a solid 3. Solid 3. And I don't think Jazzy's coming off this high horse. People love this character.
Yeah.
But Jazzy's best friend is Erica, which is played
Yeah.
by you. And people love Erica. They love the storyline between Erica and Lawrence.
Yep.
Tell a little bit. Tell people who have not seen the show. Tell them about Erica, and your connection with that character. Tell us who Erica is.
Yeah, it's funny because hearing that Erica's top 3 is interesting because Erica's very serious, and she's not like Jazzy. She's the complete opposite of Jazzy. Jazzy's super outgoing and friendly and such a vibe, and Erica's very reserved and very independent. And so I think that's funny. And then Dean's also a loud one. And I think it's amazing to see because I think people can relate to Erica. She's very hard-headed. So I always say this, she will always follow her mind before her heart. And so I think a lot of people can relate to that. And then the whole drama with Lawrence and high school teenager stuff that everyone can just roll their eyes and relate to it. But I think Erica's very lovable because she's very relatable. She's a good girl, just trying to live a normal life, but everything keeps happening at once. And you just kind of feel for her at that point, and you want her to succeed, and you want her to. You're like rooting for her, even though she doesn't know what she wants with Lawrence. And I think a lot of women and men can relate to Erica's. How do I say this? Erica's unwillingness to date Lawrence, and that's the thing. She's not really playing with him. She's just like genuinely like, I don't know what I can't date you for XYZ. And nice.
Yeah,
That was yeah.
Clip's about to show.
Oh, of course. Look at you, man. HP is just
Right.
on this.
We're ready.
Okay, then I'll stop talking. Erica
No, keep
is
talking.
super amazing. No, like she's like super relatable and she's the good girl, I think, of the group, which is yeah, she's like the smart one. And it's funny because I guess she's sort of like the outsider. Her, Jazzy, and Lawrence are like the outsiders of the group. And it's great to see that 2 out of the 3 characters that everyone loves are the outsiders. And I think that's SD, rooting for the underdog, rooting for the outsider.
I had a question. I can't remember the question now. Dang it. I cannot.
Man, I was talking.
Yeah, you're killing it. You know, I can't. Let's just go to the clip. Let's go. This is Heidi Martin as Erica on the show Superficially Deep. Let's watch it together. Oh, wait. Yep, there it is.
This scene. Okay.
Yeah. I knew who would give new meaning to my life and show me that there are kind and considerate men out there.
Well, okay. Shots fired!
I'd like to fire some shots.
I'm not sure if I should be encouraging this, but is there something you'd like to share, Erica?
No, Pastor Tobias, there's nothing I want to share. You know why? Because it's ultimately futile at this point. I mean, when you share yourself, you run the risk of being taken advantage of. Or when they don't take advantage of you, then they tell you what to do, what not to do, who to talk to, who not to talk to. But we try to live up to these pointless expectations, and then all hell breaks loose when, God forbid, some of the things are out of your control. Like when the wrong guy just falls for you, or when some idiot takes your work and turns it in as their own. But somehow all of these things are your fault. So tell me, how does that make any sense, huh?
Can I say something?
Whoa. Whoa.
Chills.
Heidi Martin.
The
Heidi Martin, ladies and gentlemen.
writing.
Heidi Martin. Heidi, take me through the process of preparing for scenes like that. You have an interesting work routine, which I kind of admire because me and Heidi don't talk every day, but it seems like we do. And to the point where we don't talk every day, we think, what the hell's going on? We're not talking.
Yep.
And so it's really interesting how that works. And I know that when she doesn't answer my phone call for a while, I'm talking like a day, one of the things she's probably doing is working. And she has these I don't understand them, but she has these days where she works. She has a structure where she's working on her craft as an actress. So I don't know if it's sacred. You don't have to tell if it's sacred. No, this is my secret. I'm not telling. But walk us through, like, if you can, walk us through your regimen to get stronger in this area and what you do. Because it's really awesome. I think it's really inspiring.
I think it's interesting that you've noticed. I like that. Wow.
Yeah. Look, entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur. I know when somebody's in their zone and I know what they're doing something.
That's funny because sometimes I won't even tell you what I'm doing. I'm just like, hey, sorry, I missed your call. But like, that's funny that you know. That's cool.
I know you're working.
Yeah, no, I definitely have like established a method to my characters and to analyze my characters and to work on my craft. And one of them being is that I have a notebook for each character. And it doesn't matter if it's a short film or a feature film, I will dedicate this one notebook to this character. And so I have a notebook for Erica. It's just like a black notebook. And so I start with like inspirations for the character. I'll start with, okay, well, this character from another film has inspired my analysis for Erica. And so I'll have pictures of them. I'll have them like on my notebook. I don't have my notebook here with me, but then I will analyze each scene and break down the character from the moment they're born to the present time. And so I'm so methodical about that because the backstory of a character is super important to me. And that's how I understand the character. As an actress, I mean, I think every actor has their own way of analyzing the text. And so my thing, I'm very strong about backstory and the story itself. And so I'll do that. And that's the thing is like the moment I study, I won't be on my phone. I will silence my phone. I'll put my phone away. I won't talk to anyone, like literally anyone. I won't even talk to my roommate. Like I'm just so focused, like no distractions. And then once I've analyzed the characters, okay, now I can look at the script. So then I start analyzing the script. And then once I do that, by that time, okay, it's rehearsal. And by that time, I have studied the script so well that I already know my lines well enough to rehearse it. And that's the thing. I never memorize my lines. I have never, ever memorized a line. I just know my lines. I know the script very well enough to know your lines and my lines. And you only get to that point. And that's all in the analyzing it, the characters in the script. And when I'm on set, then I cannot talk to you. As much as I'm super outgoing and friendly, if I'm on set and as acting or as an actor, I will not talk to you if it has nothing to do with the script. Like, and some people, you know, they might find that rude or they might find that disrespectful, whatever it is. I can't be distracted. Like, I'm here to do one job and I want to do it well. And I want to excel in it because I don't take it lightly. And so when I'm on set, I won't, like, I'll smile and, you know, say hi and whatnot, but I won't carry a conversation. And Ramon, you've seen that, I think, on set.
I have seen it. I saw one time you were on set just before we became friends.
Yeah.
And something happened on set that was just a riot. It was, I was being stupid is what happened. I was being stupid
Probably.
and upset. And of course, Corey was egging it on.
Uh-huh.
And then Delora was responding, but it was like one of the first times we were working directly with just you. And it was you and Charlie. And I think Charlie has the same mentality. And it was like, you could tell you both wanted to laugh, but you guys were just sitting there like.
Yeah. I do remember episode 3. We were filming that.
Yeah. And I was just going off, and it was my fault. I kept it going, but Corey was egging it on, and I said something in a weird voice that made Corey just bust out laughing for like 5 minutes, uncontrollably. And
I do remember that, yeah.
And I remember sitting there like, oh my God, Heidi's not laughing. She thinks we're unprofessional. And I literally was like, I remember it was awful. That was awful. That was probably the most. Because, it was awful. I'm just going to tell you.
I just remember that. I remember that day. And I think at one point, Charlie was, I think to be nice, he would laugh as well.
He did, yeah. It was one of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
But no, I could not. No, I wasn't mad. I was just like, all right, like I'm focusing and I can't interact with y'all.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's not like I'm not like Christian Bale bad. Like I'm not that bad.
Oh, Christian Bale's bad.
Yeah, maybe because I'm not at his level yet or something. But
I hope you don't get to that point. You can be huge, just don't be yelling at people.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't get mad. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. But I think
I would say I would laugh. I would laugh if I was on social media and then somebody put on BuzzFeed. Actress Heidi Martin yells at a PA. I'm like, oh God.
You'd be like,
I knew it. She's young at PA.
No. See, that's the thing. I think that would happen if, after maybe a couple times of telling them nicely, like, hey, stay out of my way. If they don't, okay, guess I gotta yell at them.
Oh gosh, you don't want Heidi yelling at you. Trust me, you don't want Heidi yelling at you. That's a really bad thing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
No, but yeah, that's funny that you remember that.
Yeah. You're watching our awesome show, But First Coffee, on HPTV, on YouTube, on Facebook, and we have the legendary actress extraordinaire, El Princess del Salvadoria.
Yes.
Heidi Martin. If you are watching, don't forget to tune in tonight right here on Facebook or HPTV. We have Epic Thoughts with Carla and myself and possibly somebody else. We don't know who's going to show up from week to week. And one of the things is we have a poll question. I'm going to throw it at Heidi. This is off topic of acting, but I already I don't know what Heidi's going to say. So here's the poll question. All right, ready?
Yes.
You're going to be the first person we ask. If your spouse is really bad with money, I'm talking about extremely bad with money, okay? Is it okay to hide information from them about how much money you really have?
Oh gosh. My first instinct was yeah. But then I remember I'm in a marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it is okay to withhold information.
Yes.
I don't think you should lie. Definitely don't be like, yeah, I'm only making $4,000 when you're making $12,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
But you can be like, we're doing well, and then slowly have more control of the money. Just because. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think?
I am in agreement with you 100%. Do not let your spouse, if your significant other or your spouse is really bad with money and they keep spending the money on reckless stuff, your Amazon account has got full of stuff that you don't need, and it's thousands of dollars, and especially during the pandemic, because spending went up like crazy during the pandemic, especially online spending. And I even did it. I bought stuff I don't need. I got shoes I haven't even worn out yet.
Yep.
I think I bought you a pair of shoes.
You did. You bought me a pair of shoes. It took like 3 months to come in.
To get here. But I was buying people shoes. I was buying clothes. I was like, this is great. But then I locked down on it. But I feel like if you have a significant other that's spending exerted amount of money on stuff and they're tapping into a savings or your emergency fund.
Yep.
I think it's okay to be like, if there's no money there.
Yep.
Or I even think it's okay to well, I don't know. I may lose accreditation for this one. But like, even if you have an account with money that they don't know about,
hey, that's okay.
That's okay. If it's for the family at the end of the day,
exactly. Exactly. It's for the safety net. It's not some shady thing that you're doing.
Yeah, it's not shady. Not like Tacky Turtle. But people don't know about Tacky Turtles.
Yeah, we don't know about that, right?
No, we don't know. Nobody knows about that.
Wink.
Don't Google it either.
Yeah, do not go on Tacky Turtles. What is it?
Don't say the Don't say the whole name.
I didn't say anything.
Anyways, that's the subject we're going to talk about tonight on Epic Thoughts. So at 6:30 Pacific time, we'll be here back on Facebook and YouTube and HBTV. But before we do that, before we let Heidi go, we always do this with every guest. We always have a game of overrated, underrated, or properly rated.
Okay.
I will name a couple of things, and you tell me whether you think they're overrated, underrated, or properly rated. Okay? Got it? All right. Listening to the radio, is that overrated, underrated, or properly rated?
Properly rated.
Properly rated. Okay. Bucket hats.
Bucket hats?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, overrated.
Do you think bucket hats are overrated?
I don't like them.
You don't have any of them then, I assume.
No, I do not have that.
Would you rock one?
If it was a gift, yes. But I would never willingly. Yeah, I would never willingly go buy myself a bucket hat.
Oh my gosh, I love this bucket hat.
No, you didn't like those hats.
No, I hate them. They're ugly. So, social media, overrated, underrated, or properly rated?
Overrated.
Social media is overrated.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Pitch Perfect, the Pitch Perfect franchise.
Oh, properly rated.
Properly
the first two
rated.
are good.
The third one, I don't know what was going on there. Yeah.
Yep, no idea what that was.
Yeah. I think I know your answer to the next two. Having siblings.
Siblings?
Yeah.
Properly rated, I guess. No, underrated.
Oh,
something underrated.
Okay, that's what I was hoping you would go for. I was like, well, let your siblings hear you say that.
Underrated for sure.
They're so underrated. All right.
Get yourself some siblings.
Mm-hmm. The ignore button on your phone.
The ignore button on my phone.
Yes.
Underrated.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. I told you I knew those two answers.
Definitely underrated. Y'all should use it.
Yep, use it more often. Summer.
Oh, overrated.
Wow.
No,
I think summer is completely overrated. I'm like, bro. People are like, well, that's when you get to take time off. I was like, bro, if you love what you do, you don't need time off.
True.
And you can take time off if you love what you do and you're really good at it. You can take time off anytime.
Literally at any time. Yeah.
Anytime. Yep. S'mores.
Oh, I love s'mores. They're properly rated.
Properly rated. Ugh,
yeah.
I hate s'mores. I hate them.
Do you hate marshmallows or?
I just hate the work involved in making a s'more.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And then I don't like. You have to roast your marshmallows at the right temperature, get the right. And
they get messy.
Yeah, the margin of error is so big on a s'more, it pisses me off. like
no, so much thought into this.
Oh, I hate the margin of error is so large on a s'more. Man. All right, here we go. Putting sad music on while you're sad to further your sadness.
What? Putting sad music on. I think that's really underrated. I feel like we should all do that.
You are emo, so you do have the all black on.
Right. I always wear black.
Yeah. Reading books.
Oh, underrated. We should all do that.
Yes, definitely should read books. And if you don't like reading books, at least get Audible, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Reese Witherspoon.
Overrated.
What?
I know you love her. That's why I said that.
What? Not Reese. Not the Reese.
Fine, she's probably
Reese is
rated.
special. Reese is special. She's
I know she's your baby.
she's my baby. And I gotta tell you, the morning show with both my bebes, Jennifer Aniston and
All
Reese.
right.
Oh, if you don't have Apple TV, I will lend you my login. You have to watch the morning show. It's
Free promotion.
it's so good.
I
And that's
did. I've seen a couple episodes.
Yes, and Steve Carell again,
Steve Carell, yeah.
awesome.
Amazing. Amazing.
I think Steve Carell's underrated.
Yes.
Definitely underrated.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's anything else that'll be interesting. Oh, it actually asked me this. I don't even think I need to ask this. Natalie Portman.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We all know she's underrated.
Natalie
Hey,
Portman.
She needs to be at the top. Number one
If
trending.
you don't know, Natalie Portman is Heidi's baby. If Reese is
my wife.
mine, Natalie is Heidi's.
Yeah,
I didn't know
she's
she
my
was
baby.
Israeli. I didn't know she was Israeli until
Yeah,
Christmas Day.
She's born in Jerusalem.
Yep. I didn't know that until I was like, I wonder what other actresses are Israeli watching Wonder Woman.
After, yeah.
I was like,
Gal
who else is
Gadot.
Israeli? And then it came up Natalie Portman. I was like, oh,
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. I know.
You would know. I'm not telling you something you don't know
Right.
because you know everything about it.
Of course.
Oh, our hour is up. You've always been somebody I always could count on. You're a good friend.
Oh,
My-
thank you.
My Princess El Salvadorian, Princesca, or whatever.
Love that you have to say it in an accent.
Yes, I have to, or else it doesn't work.
El
Also, my
Salvadorian.
translator, she translated. Somebody mailed me a letter in Spanish. Someone mailed me a handwritten letter in Spanish yesterday, and I was
Scary.
like, yeah, it was so scary. And I was like, my Google Translate wasn't helping because I saw the word, it translated one of the words to piss. And I was like, ooh, somebody mad. And they handwrite me a letter in Spanish. So I had to, like, I'm so pissed at you. And I was like, God, you know you mad if
When
you
you
know somebody a
write.
letter in Spanish and you know they don't read Spanish. So I had to take a picture of the letter, send it to Heidi. Like, can you translate this for me, please? Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe. Even when you gave me the results of what the letter was, I was like, that's a lot of effort to handwrite.
Literally. Yeah, I was like, why would you do this? Just
Handwrite this to me. It's weird, right?
it was like the whole point of the letter was like that little word at the end of
At
the
the
letter.
end, I was like, we went all. Oh God, I can't.
Yeah.
People
I was-
nowadays, I can't believe them. I can't
I
believe
was
them.
like, you actually like took it to his door or like mailed it in.
Yeah, it came in my mailbox. So you literally went and bought a stamp. You wrote the letter out, put it in an envelope, put my name on it, put a stamp on it. I'm like, you serious? Handwritten.
Literally, yeah.
Oh, Heidi, we can do this for hours. We probably will do this a little bit longer after we
Yeah.
end the show.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. But thank you again for waking up early in the morning. I'm gonna let you go back to sleep pretty soon here.
No, I got a dentist appointment now.
That's right. You told me you got your dentist appointment.
Yeah.
So to the fabulous Wonder Woman, thank you for coming on my show.
Ah.
And if people want to find her, she is not accepting new ads right now because there's a lot of creepers on social media
True.
who say weird
True.
things on her pictures. So
Yep.
she's not taking ads. So we will not promote her. But you can watch Superficially Deep on HPTV. And if you don't have a Roku TV, well, it's on Roku on HPTV. But if you don't have a Roku TV, we now have a website where you can watch HPTV all the time, hptvonline.com. Go to hptvonline.com. You can watch everything. Well, not everything, but you can watch
No.
this
Nice.
episode of Superficially Deep. Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is.
There
HBTV.
it is. And follow us on Facebook and
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yes. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. All right. Other than Superficially Deep, any other projects you got going on?
Not yet. In 2
Yeah.
years, we'll find out.
In 2 years.
Whenever this ends.
Oh, okay. I was like, is this another project that I don't know about? Well, we have a lot.
No, right now.
All right. Heidi, thank you. Love you.
Bye. Love you.
Bye. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next week.
Besitos. Bye.
Besitos. Bye.